Chapter 7. Absolution Journal Entry. Monday, March 24th, 2035. Downtown Seattle, 1:45 p.m. 2 hours ago, I was a normal, relatively happy, young professional going to what should have been a routine "your girlfriend is making you go to therapy" appointment. Now, I was the most wanted man in Washington, or at least I would be. Now I had possibly killed someone. The whole thing didn't make sense. I sprinted to my car, which was 4 flights up in the garage. I wouldn't be getting on any more damned elevators. Out of breath, I arrived at my car, keys at the ready. I jumped in, started it up, and rushed to the exit gate. As I approached the exit, a thought surfaced. Ticket, where's my ticket? I reached in all my pockets and pulled out an old gum wrapper, a movie stub, and a lint-covered breath mint. Dashboard, center console, glove compartment. It wasn't there. It wasn't anywhere. Had I dropped it? Where was that helpful inner voice now? As I was fumbling around looking for my parking ticket, 2 uniformed officers appeared from around the corner. Had they followed me? Were they suspicious? As they crossed in front of me, I tried to act as normal as possible, which meant I should stop acting like a frantic mental patient and stop throwing things around in my car, looking for the damn ticket. Both officers seemed to be staring at me, regardless of my efforts to look normal. I found my ticket deep in the crevice between my seat and the center console. The officers stopped and looked as if they were about to approach me. I quickly rolled down the window, grunted as I strained to reach the ticket receptor. Half of my body sandwiched between outside and inside. Reach it, damn you, reach! I thought as the ticket began shaking in my hand. Struggling to slip it into its slot, I was about to yell at the damn thing when finally the machine sucked it from my hand. Take a left. The voice was back. The gate went up, and Nate Carlisle went out. I sped out of there, my tires slightly squeaking as they tried to grip the pavement for which they were meant. Looking in the rearview mirror, the 2 cops didn't seem to be reaching for their radios or weapons. They didn't run after me, didn't yell at me. They slowly dissolved into the background from the rearview mirror. Had I made it? I sighed an enormous breath as I raced down not only the road, but down the gradients of fear in my mind. Okay, what now? Go east on the 90. Look, you want to tell me what's going on? I said while looking in the rearview mirror at myself in an attempt to converse with it, whatever it was. Take the 90 until you come to exit 39 Winslow Creek Road in Rockdale. Off that exit, there is a diner called Henry's. Park in the back parking lot, and I'll be waiting for you inside. This was insane. I may have been a bit on the strange side, but no one ever accused me of belonging to a mental institution. I didn't know if I could trust myself or the voice. Had anything that had happened been real at all? As silly and cliché as it seemed, I pinched myself, hard. A small burst of pain shot a unique signal to my brain, letting me know that I was, indeed, and unfortunately, awake. I had been so overcome with paranoia and fear that I hadn't noticed the severity of the storm outside. Droplets of rain were coalescing in the atmosphere to create rain the size of large pebbles. They pelted my car and had a tranquilizing quality which, combined with the intensity of my stress, was making me nauseous. Thunder roared like an angry lion and bit down hard on my consciousness, jolting me out of my trance and back into reality. It was this moment that I remembered I had taken the recording device from Dr. Carrington's session with me. I decided that this little recorder would ultimately decide my fate. What I heard on this recording would tell me whether I was going crazy or it was all real. Whatever the outcome, I had to know. I retrieved the recorder from my pocket, closed my eyes, hovered my finger over the play button, my face contorting in anticipation. Before I had time to second-guess what I was doing, I hit the button. Well, here we go, I thought. My body tensed as I heard Dr. K going through the motions.
Okay, Nate. Just listen to my voice and watch the movement of the necklace.
I heard her counting backward and commanding me to relax and let go.
Deeper now. Keep going deeper, down those stairs. Imagine yourself falling into a deep void. You feel warm, and your movement's slow. 4.
From this moment on, I had no idea what I was about to experience, and that thought scared me to death.
And 1. Okay, Nate. Can you tell me where you are?
Her voice was soft but authoritative.
I'm sitting at dinner with my mom and my brother Bill.
Okay. Nate, how old are you?
19. No, 20. I'm home visiting from college and we're all laughing about something Bill did.
I began to hear electronic ticks and interference come through the device. Quiet at first, but they were getting more and more noticeable.
Okay, Nate, let's keep going back. A little farther. Can you do that for me?
Yes?
I said without hesitation. For a few moments it was silent, and then I could hear my breathing becoming louder and heavier.
Nate, where are you now?
Lisa asked. I could hear a tone of excitement and a little uneasiness in her voice.
I'm 4.
I said with a little giggle.
And what are you doing, Nate?
I'm watching Daddy. He's funny.
What is Daddy doing, Nate?
Daddy's walking by my door and he's wearing a funny mask.
What kind of mask is he wearing, Nate?
Dr. K continued with what sounded like a tinge of fear in her voice.
Daddy's walking past my room and looking at me with black eyes. Daddy, what are you doing? He's playing with lights and trying to trick me.
Listening to this, my skin began to crawl, and a faint memory came back to me that I had forgotten long ago.
Why is Daddy trying to trick you, Nate? Why would he do that?
Dr. K's voice sounded mixed with frustration and fear.
His eyes are glowing. Daddy's silly.
There was another long pause where clicks of interference and digital distortions punctuated the silence.
He's floating. What are you doing, Daddy? He's trying to take me with him. But I don't want to go. I don't think he's my dad.
All at once, I had a memory of the incident recited on the tape. All those years I had believed it to be a dream, or at least everyone around me told me that it was no more than that. My adult mind recalled something much more terrifying than a father playing a joke on his son. No, this was paranormal, and the prospect much bleaker.
Okay, Nate. Let's come back a little. Please come back a few years. Where are you now, Nate?
Dr. K continued.
I'm with them.
Them who, Nate? Nate, who are you with?
The dark ones. The ones that dwell in the air.
The words dwell in the air came out sounding morphed, somewhere between the child's voice I'd repressed into and a thick, demonic descant. My voice had gone from a playful-sounding child into a gritty, malicious-sounding modulation. The static sounds and interference were getting stronger and more frequent. I heard Dr. Carrington shift in her seat and clear her throat. I began to hear what sounded like wind, then low-volume voices started to surface. I couldn't make out the language.
Nate, this is Dr. Carrington. Come back from where you are right now.
Her voice taking on a higher level of command mixed with panic. We are everywhere. The voice devolved even further and was no longer recognizable as human. We are many. We are legion. We are here. Just then, a sound like glass shattering and something like the sound of thunder came through. Matutu Alka. Matutu Napalu. Matutu Otrabu. Inki Alka. The voice repeated this several times, louder and louder. A sudden scream went beyond the audio range of the device, and I thought the speaker inside might actually rupture.
Oh my God!
This was followed by several seconds of unrecognizable voices and muffled undertones. Then one final scream trailed off like she was being pulled out of the room by some inexplicable force. Then, silence. I shut off the device. What I just listened to alerted me to the fact that I was not crazy. I captured a glimpse of myself in the rearview mirror, and I didn't recognize myself. Calm down. I've got to calm down. Taking a few deep breaths. My face was pale, washed out, and ashen with grief. I looked like I had seen a ghost. I wish it was a ghost. But unfortunately, this was no specter. It was them. It was the fear. What I had just heard on the recording device defied my understanding. Whoever or whatever was inside my head had answers. And right now, that was a commodity I could not afford to ignore. I needn't ponder at depth my situation. I understood that both information and safety would be a luxury from here on out. Mitutu Alka, Mitutu Napalu, Mitutu Kitrubu, Enki Alka. I recognized this strange, unidentified phrase from both on the recorder and during my episodes. I realized these things weren't simply bad dreams I was having. I slammed my fist down against my dashboard several times, each with less accuracy and less force due to the pain it produced with successive blows. Why me? I just wanted to live out my simple life in Deer Harbor. Was it too much to ask to have my perfect little secluded life with my perfect girlfriend and my perfect cat? Why had I seen the code in the first place? I didn't want this responsibility. It was quite clear that the code was meant for me. What it was for, I had no idea, but I had the feeling that it was intrinsically connected to my episodes. The traffic on the road was relatively clear. The traffic in my mind, however, was crossing the lanes of reality.